with your feet centered over the line. Watch over your shoulder and, as the chair approaches, reach back to the vertical bars and sit down on the chair. Lower the chair bar if so equipped. Sit still, facing forward with relaxed legs. The skis will naturally dangle in a V shape. Note, instructor's note, coach here. Watch over your shoulder, and as the chair approaches, reach back to the vertical bars, number 4, and sit down in the chair. Look over your outside shoulder. Unless you're in the center, then choose whatever's most comfortable. Lift unloading procedures. Raise the chair bar in anticipation of unloading. Keep the skis straight and allow them to brush the beginning of the unloading platform. Lean forward and stand up at the line or unloading sign. Ski down or unloading ramp with skis straight and then turn off to the side of the unloading area. Avoid a large wedge to help prevent crossing skis with the person you are riding with. Teaching note, determine if the students have a fear of heights or other preconceived fears or ideas about riding the chairlift. Spend extra time going over the basics and safety aspects of riding the chairlift. Celebrate student success of riding the chair. Learning activities. Dry run practice. Point out the various elements of the chairlift, the weight and load here lines, the vertical bars connecting the seats to the cable, which can be on the outside of the chair or in the middle, and the chair bar. Then away from the lift, draw 2 lines in the snow and use a blue and red bamboo stick to represent the weight and load lines. To simulate getting on the chairlift, pair students up and have each pair stop at the first line. Walk to the second line and look in the direction of the vertical bars of the chair they will be riding. Stress safety awareness around all machinery. Up and out. Relate the need for students to lean forward to stand up and move out of the chairlift at the top of the lift, similar to getting out of a swing or rocking chair with their hands forward. If a practice chair is available, have students practice standing up from it. Tell students to glide well clear of the unloading ramp before turning and finding the meeting spot. Coach skiers to glide to a stop in a straight run if possible. Otherwise, they should veer away from the other lift riding partners before applying the wedge. This will help prevent ski crossing entanglements. Keys to learning. Cognitive. Emphasize the sequence of events, timings, and what needs to happen to load and unload the chair successfully. Effective. Riding with the student and taking him or her through the lift riding process from start to finish can address a fear of heights. Celebrate this milestone. Physical. Instruct students to keep moving forward when loading and unloading. They should move efficiently but not too quickly and take care to avoid getting equipment tangled. Objective 6. Develop side slip skills in the beginner area. Learning terrain. Beginner area. Safety tactics. Teach students to edge their skis progressively in order to maintain balance. Movement priorities. Actively steer both the inside and outside ski to maintain speed control as terrain changes. Focus on flattening the inside ski to initiate the turn and increase the edge angle of the outside ski as the turn develops. Focus on athletic stance and stay balanced over the arches of both feet. Teaching note. Students need to understand why side-slipping skills are important. Many people find it counterintuitive to slide sideways rather than ski straight. Learning activities. Static. Teach skiers how to read and negotiate traffic. Simple. Falling leaf. Shuttle turns. Steer both skis actively to maintain speed control over various terrain changes. Patient turns. Side slip. Focus on an accurate simultaneous edge release. To add some freestyle flair, teach students to turn their side slips into butters by turning their feet, legs, and body while side slipping to get the skis to smear across the snow while turning. This will not only increase the students' skiing vocabulary, but also give them a trick they can show their friends. Complex. Cadence turns. Garlands. Uphill Christies. Tip the inside ski progressively through the turn. Keys to learning. Cognitive. Help skiers understand the correlation between the choices made on the slope and the consequences of those choices. Effective. Anchor skills and build confidence for future success. Set up scenarios for experimentation to enhance development of movements. Celebrate the milestones of reading terrain. It's what experts do. Physical. Focus on the alignment for better balance and less fatigue. Level 3. Introduction to more green terrain. Skiing assessment. These skiers link turns using a gliding wedge and or parallel skis with rhythm and confidence on beginner slopes. Outcomes. Skiers control speed with turn shape. They ski varying terrain and snow conditions and can apply a variety of tactics and movements to the easiest green terrain. Objective 1. Skid the skis for turn shape and speed control. Learning terrain. Beginner area and easiest green terrain. Safety tactics. Coach students to be aware of changes in snow conditions that affect speed control. Movement priorities. Legs guide the skis independently of an active torso. Strong core muscles permit the torso to counterbalance the lower body and allow the legs to steer. Focus on a functioning athletic stance to allow the legs to steer the skis without over-edging. For skidding to occur, the edges must be matched and the inside ski steered toward the finish of the turn. Teaching note. Have fun with terrain exploration and let students apply their skills fundamentals. Learning activities. Static. Bow ties. Without skis and with skis. This exercise can be done while standing on a ski pole placed on the snow. Simple. Shuffle turns. Steer both skis actively to maintain control over various terrain changes. Patience turns. Side slips. Learning activities. Static. With skis off. Walk through the beginning of a turn. Emphasize the fundamental movements of the inside leg and foot. With skis on, side slip with a focus on the feet, ankles, and knees, tipping for release. Foot arcs. Headlights. Release and flatten the downhill supporting ski by tipping towards the little toe side. Simple. Garlands. Focus on release, steering both skis down the hill without committing to the fall line, and then steering back across the hill. Side slips. Basic wedge, Christie turns. Distribute weight evenly between both skis at initiation to aid steering into the new turn. Complex. Gentle turns. Begin turns with release and steer both feet. Finish with guided gentle skidding until control is gained. Shuffle while skating. Patience turns. Keys to learning. Cognitive. Help students understand that letting go of the mountain, releasing the grip of the edges, allows the skier to change edges and promote more control. Effective. Releasing the skis and moving into the new turn can be exhilarating for many skiers as they have a sensation of falling downhill. Work slowly and use a gentle slope if the student becomes fearful. Physical. Edge control is paramount when working on releasing skis. Ankle and knee movements are subtle and constrained by equipment and biomechanics. Allow students enough time to develop fine motor skills. Pay particular attention to boot fit and alignment. Objective 3. Explore terrain to hone skills and build confidence. Go for lots of quality mileage. Learning terrain, beginner area, and green trails. Safety tactics. Be aware of changing traffic patterns as students explore new terrain. Movement priorities. Legs control the skis by providing turning and tipping movements. Roll the ankles and knees to tip the skis on edge. Maintain an active upper body and subtle ankles. Teaching note. Focus on having students boost their performance and confidence by adding in playfulness. Skiing skills are best learned through focused, fun skiing. Learning activities. Simple. Steer patiently or quickly depending on the desired turn shape. C turns. Use rhythm and continuous movement of all joints to accommodate changing pressures. Develop rhythm by using cue words, counting, singing, etc. Synchronize rhythm with other skiers. Focus on smooth transitions from turn to turn. Explore a range of pressure control movements. Patience turns. Let students free ski, allowing them to explore their environment. On longer runs, pick intermediary stopping points such as signs. Keep speed control and turn shape a priority using C-shape rather than Z-shaped turns. Set specific meeting and stopping points. Complex. While on task skiing, apply discipline and a variety of these options. Set a goal for how many turns a student should make between meeting spots, 10 or 4. Explore how different turn sizes and turn shapes affect speed. Discuss when to speed up in flats or slow down in crowds, narrating terrain, steeper pitch. Play follow the leader. Ask, is it easier to follow someone or set your own rhythm? Ski hourglass and funnel shapes. Promote rhythm and fluidity. Flexion and extension movements should be complement turn, size, and shape, such as extending to the fall line and flexing from fall line to finish. Explore extremes of movement to develop more fluidity. To add a taste of freestyle, have students jump to start the turn with increased rate and intensity of flexion and extension to leave the ground. This reinforces flexion and extension movements, once learned, can be applied later as skiing skills develop further. Keys to learning. Cognitive. Before any move or more difficult terrain, students should understand how turn size and shape are affected by terrain and conditions. The tactics of knowing where to go are critical for their success. Effective. Students should appear comfortable and confident. Keep an eye on their physical state. If you sense any fear, seek easier terrain and review the basic of stance and turning. Allow students to explore their own style and prevent bad habits by emphasizing simplicity and purpose of motion.